to say that you ever think about these things coming to fruition, I don't know that you do that, but I was a third-generation player here. Great program, really well established. But I also knew that I wanted to be in football after I finished playing. I really believe that what you put out comes back to you. The best thing about coaching is about having that servant mindset and mentality, because you want to really help elevate other people. This is a representation of the fortunate blessings I've had of being around great people that were willing to put their arm around me, invest in me, and that's what you love about football. It's the greatest team sport that there is. A lot of great people had been here that had really set a foundation for special things to occur. I know a huge part of a lot of good things that have occurred in my life are a result of being here for the 4 years that I was.
This theme song goes hard.
Feel that burst you have. Catch it with your eyes. Read. Every school has a unique tradition. In most traditions, they've been that way forever, and that's the way they are. It's what makes sports special. The cradle is a tradition, but it's remembering history. And I think the neatest thing of it is now we're adding young blood, if you will, to the cradle. The history of football is painted with the names of these guys. Paul Brown, Ara Parsegian, Carm Koza, Weeb Eubank, Bo Schembechler, and names that are so ingrained in the development of modern day football. It is just so cool that they all went here. And I don't know that there's another Division I school or any school that can say they've got 10 guys that have won at their respective highest level. Literally, you can walk down the middle of all of those statues and understand the history of Miami football. And Sean will be inducted into the Cradle of Coaches. To see those young names come into the cradle, I think it brings new life to the cradle and also to the recognition that that cradle gets.
That is just crazy when you think about it. He's already going into his alma mater's cradle of coaches. And I mean, this guy, when you think about it, he's still the youngest coach in the NFL. Like that hasn't changed. And so, I mean, at age 37, he's still got so much left in the tank. It just kind of goes to show you how dangerous he's going to be if he doesn't leave the NFL. He's already got a Super Bowl ring. He's been in 2. He's done so much. And, you know, I think it's a testament to his character. And I mean, you can tell, you know, he's just very, you know, he's somebody that loves coaching, but he also loves the game. And I think the more we kind of go through this, we're going to see it. You know, I went to community college and dropped out, so I don't have that connection to a university aside from, you know, the Kansas Jayhawks up there because I have family in Lawrence, Kansas and everything. But you can see how the connection was through family, but also Sean really cared about the history of football. And that's why, you know, Miami here, you know, is so prevalent and so why he wanted to go there. Obviously follow the footsteps of his family, but at the same time, like, you know, he definitely has a respect for the football history, and that's something to be said, you know, and I think it's interesting because some people just go to schools for all different reasons, whether it's, hey, this one offered me a scholarship and no one else did, or, you know, this one had a spot and this one didn't, or whatever, location, close to friends, close to girlfriend, whatever. But, you know, this is cool. I like this.
All right. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing, man? Good. Hey, what I wanted to just hit you guys on real quick. First of all, it's an honor to be here. This is a special place. What you'll never get back are the times that you guys are going through right now. And you all love football. You guys are always trying to achieve and do a lot of really good things, but don't ever take for granted the opportunity that you guys have right now. We talk about this all the time with our guys in LA. Most important thing that you can bring is the right energy. And we break this up into a couple different categories. The first part that we talk about is the work ethic. Nothing good comes without hard work. And then you start talking about the enthusiasm. If you think about it, all right, when you watch people that are great at what they do, there's a work ethic, there's an enthusiasm where they're checking those boxes. Those are the kind of things that high achievers do. And I'll leave you guys with this. Are the habits that you have for today in alignment with the dreams that you have for tomorrow? Bring that right energy. Do the right things. But also, hey man, don't take for granted, as long as you go attack success, you never fear failure. That's what's special about football. It's the greatest team sport that there is. If you're checking those boxes every single day, man, good is gonna happen. This is a special place. You guys are special people. I love watching you guys do your thing, man. Can't wait to see a great season this year. Appreciate you guys, man.
There's a presence when he walks into the room. And there's something about that. Certain people have that. So Sean is an automatic Miami fit. He brought intellectual and athletic.
I just think it's so fascinating how, like, the presence he has, you can literally see that through a camera. I've been around some people that, they move the room when they talk type deal. And you could just tell he's one of those guys. I've never been in the same room as McVay, but I could definitely see he is one of those guys. And that's crazy. When you can see that it's coming through a computer screen or wherever you're watching this, it says a lot. I mean, not everybody has that effect on people, but it's pretty cool.
Together.
Highly successful.
I don't think you'll ever meet somebody that didn't love John McVay. What a blessing it was to have such an amazing grandfather, and I know he's looking down smiling, and this is all a result of the legacy that he set. He was such a great influence on me. He passed away last year. He always treated people so well. He was so good at what he did, but he had such a great humility.
Sean will be inducted into the Cradle of Coaches Association, and John has been a part of that for a while. And they are the first multi-generational family members to be a part of the association. And, John is a big, big part of Sean's life.
Hey, I just I brought something for you. This is from Grandpa.
Yeah.
This is the Miami University Cradle of Coaches book, written by Bob Kurz. It's got a lot of familiar faces on the back.
Wow.
And I wanted to give Grandpa's copy to you.
Oh, this is cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's a lot of fun. Sean always looked at Miami as incredibly rich football history.
Yeah, I got to say that, when Sean lost his grandfather, I actually knew the feeling because I was kind of around the time I lost my grandpa. And, it's tough. I know exactly like what they're talking about, how he meant so much to him. And you could tell, John McVay had a lot to do with how Sean got into, this area, this football, coaching. Just being like the leader he is. And, I definitely feel that. It's not that, Tim, his father, didn't have any sort of impact on his life. It's that, obviously you have your relationship with your father, But when you're blessed to have such a great grandfather, you know, you don't take that for granted. And, you know, I definitely feel that because, you know, when he's saying, you know, John treated everyone well and loved everyone. It was just a great guy and no one would say anything bad about him. That's how I felt about my grandpa. I just wanted to give him a little shout out, Grandpa Dave. But yeah, I don't know. That kind of hit me a little bit, got a little emotional.
Sean is such a gifted, bright coach, but he also has the highest level of respect for teammates and teamwork because he knows, you know, you can be the greatest coach in the world, but when you don't teach those principles and live those principles, that just doesn't come together.
The fraternity of the Cradle is very exclusive because it's hard. It's not something that you can take lightly because of the guys that get into it win. So you see how guys have done it through the different generations. And maybe the names and faces change, the schemes change, the type of athletes change, but it's still about winning and winning the right way. And that's what I respect most about the Cradle is the guys that have done it, did it the right way. And yeah, it's a very prestigious honor to be named. It's amazing how young someone is getting a statue put on hallowed ground, but it's due.
Yeah, this is cool, isn't it? What's up, guys?
Anybody that claps, I know it's not for me. I know it's
Yeah, right. This is awesome.
Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Cradle
Hey, do you see what this is? This is my grandpa.
on this beautiful
That's
day.
awesome.
Sean, you can see the empty chair you have sitting next to you. We've left that open for a reason. That spot is reserved in honor of your grandfather, John. John McVay is already in the Cradle of Coaches, so today is a historic day. The McVays are now the only two family members in the Cradle of Coaches.
That's
Today,
awesome.
we are honoring Sean McVay for his athletic contributions as a distinguished teacher, leader, role model, and coach. Sean McVay joins the coaching luminaries with a statue in the Cradle of Coaches Plaza. Without further ado, selected for his outstanding contributions as a coach and the leadership shown in the field of athletics for Miami University, we honor Sean McVay.
Coach McVay, we invite you to stand next to your statue for the unveiling of your piece that will forever live in the Cradle of Coaches Plaza.
All
Do
right.
the honors, please.
There it is. That's awesome. This is incredible. It's an amazing honor to be here. You're so reminded of what makes this place so special, and it's all about the people. Things like this don't occur without great people. The most important relationship with my former teammates and friends. You know, when I think about my grandfather's seat right there, I think about love and honor and how much he epitomized those things. He always used to teach me that character and relationships are the only things that last. He epitomized that. My grandfather just did such a great job of modeling the way and what it meant to be a leader, to be a man that treated people the right way, that responded from adversity the right way, who stayed humble throughout all the good times. But that's love and honor. That's Miami. And when you get a chance to be around this place, it is so special. This is such a blessing, you know, to be honored amongst these other great coaches, these great leaders. These are team awards. And none of this happens without being around great people. I'm so fortunate and honored to be here with you guys, and thank you so much. Love and honor.
That was cool. After a tough year, where, I mean, you're talking in the same year you win the Super Bowl, you know, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And just like losing your grandpa, the season the Rams had, Sean McVay wrestling with the idea, like it got to the point where it didn't even seem like he loved coaching as much anymore. It got tough. And so these little moments though, and just like the mindset he's had, that's definitely good moving forward. Like these are the little things that may not seem like a big deal, but can go a long way, especially for your like mental health and everything. And I'm sure this was pretty awesome for Sean. You could tell he really appreciated it. So it's cool that we kind of got to see, a little bit of what went on. Cause I only saw it on like social media. It was like a few clips and whatnot, but this is really well done.
This is the biggest draft class that we've had here at the Rams, and today is just important because not only is it their orientation day, but this really sets the tone for them for the rest of the season. Not only are we onboarding 40 people, but you have to do things individually for each person because they're not the same athlete, they're not the same human.
Perfect. You are all set. For us, having these 40 guys and getting them in the room at the same time is really super important. And so we partner on this day to make sure that operations has what they need, but also establishing that relationship. And it starts at the airport. Once they finish with these 3 days here and with their scans and with their onboarding here, we kick off about 6 weeks of programming and really just try to help them understand what it means to be a Ram, what it means to be an NFL player, what it means to represent the city, and hopefully that'll kind of roll into our season and help us to be the best we can be as a team, because that's really what it's about when it all comes down to it.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is the first time I've ever folded all of my clothes. I'm playing with you. As long as it looks square, that's my philosophy. To me, it really just doesn't seem real. I'm not sure why it hasn't hit me yet. It's just like, man, I'm an NFL player, I get to perform, and I'm in LA. I've always carried myself with wanting to help the team where I can, but I understand, in this situation, that I am a rookie. I know the talents that I have, and I know that I can contribute. If Coach believes that I'm that guy, I will pour my heart all into it. If that's not the case, I'm gonna be on the bench and I'm gonna work my ass off until I have people asking Coach, why is he not playing? So that's just how I've always carried myself. It's
Spoiler alert, he won't be on the bench.
definitely an opportunity that, I'm thankful for, and, not a lot of people get the chance to even be a part of anything like this. So I'm really excited about it.
Is that the draft house?
Yeah. Hey, you already know what it is. You already know what it is.
Probably not.
Man, Kobe is so funny. Yeah, he really can play the guitar real good. Yeah. You being sarcastic? No, really, he can play real good. Like I'm talking about he got the tunes.
I played Tennessee Whiskey, but I don't think you were there when I played that. Yes, I can play Tennessee Whiskey. Look, I can do that one now. Used to spend my nights out in the bar room. I can get busy with that now. My roommate is Byron Young, who I trained with down at Exos in Pensacola, and so we had, a pretty cool relationship then, and to be able to continue to see that grow. He's a funny dude. That's a guy that I've really leaned on to, just talking about, this experience and difficulties of it, but also, what a special opportunity we have.
First of all, man, congratulations to all you guys that are here. And it doesn't matter where you drafted at. It matters if you are fit and if you're willing to do what it takes, and that's what it comes down to. So enjoy this opportunity, because that's what it is.
I want to prove to my teammates that I'm somebody who can be trusted, a guy that's genuine, a guy that puts in the work ahead of time and that prepares the right way. And, that's what I can prove, over these OTAs and heading into camp. It's just those next steps. First goal is making that roster. And then, going into earning a starting spot. And if I just put in the work every day like I know I need to, like my conscience is telling me, and if I just keep putting in those daily deposits, I'm going to end up wherever I would have wanted to be in the final place.
Kobe Turner's going to be a problem, isn't he?
As the kids say, touch grass.
I love it.
Feels good.
We're back out here, right? Seeing football, hanging out, having fun.
Touch grass.
Ready, set. Finish. Right there, go, right there. I checked. Did my unofficial poll about this low expectations for 2023. I think that might be false. I think you forgot to tell the players about low expectation.
That couldn't be further from their thought process. Like, you could feel that today.
These guys are out here trying to get ready to win some games and get better.
I would hope
rookies,
so.
The energy, you can tell it's out there. There's some jobs open, and there's competition. You can smell that.
Speaking of the rookie class, Steve Avila, the top pick of this draft for the Rams, wearing 73.
That is one big dude.
Byron Young on the edge will be the first Ram to wear 0.
Better
that
be
allows
a bad man
for that.
Yeah.
I
Kobe
love the
Turner,
0.
defensive tackle, wore 0 at Wake Forest. Now he takes 91 for pass rushing opportunities to be had.
Oh, no doubt.
Stetson Bennett in 13 gets to keep his college number and follow in the footsteps of Kurt Warner.
Is RB1 locked down in your opinion?
Yes, of course.
It's Cam Akers.
Is it not for you?
Hands down. That's the guy. He put in a full day's work. I love that about him because there are guys breathing down his neck for reps.
We all went through the offseason that was with Matthew Stafford, that he was not throwing this time of year, so it's a very simplistic, basic observation to make. But he was ripping lasers around this field today, and I like that a lot.
I'm just saying right now, if he stays healthy, the haters are going to be very upset. They will be punching air when Matthew Stafford is leading this team to the playoffs. I think that's really the only thing that's holding him back from making the playoffs is health. I really think that this team is going to surprise people because they're so just focused on the idea that you get rid of this guy and this guy and this guy and you're going to be bad. And last year's 5-12 season, but you got Sean McVay, you got Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp. You got other players as well. But they still have stars. They still have more stars than most teams. So, I don't know, man. I think, like they said, he didn't get a chance either to really throw last year going into the season and then was kind of thrown in the fire with not a lot of help on the offensive line. So, I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. But I'm just saying, don't doubt Mr. Number 9.
Just close your eyes and listen. There's a few things that stand out. But did you hear Ernest Jones today?
Oh, yeah.
His voice carries the field.
He is a drill sergeant.
Let's go. Back to it, fellas.
What he's barking out is what Raheem Morris would be barking out. He knows exactly what to say and who to say it to. Watching those guys go through their drills, I mean, the energy was the same in each and every drill. And they took the pads off of the sled. Did you see that? They want to hit metal. That's what I'm talking about.
Morning, man. Hey, man, here we go, man. Just talk about a couple things from yesterday's practice really quickly, and we'll talk about what we're going to install today. When we make this play and it's the run, we know right off the back that it's going to be a nice, easy fit for Ernest as he stacks and he fall back and he's a cap-off player. This reaction right here by you, Jordan, to me is genuinely awesome. I love your authentic movement. Pushing outside, staying visual, kicking 180, knowing I'm getting my help from the deep end, because I trust you to make that play when the ball goes up and down to be able to track it. That's how you play football. Take it to the field and execute it. And you know what's going to happen? On game day, when we get a look that we didn't see, right? Let's go to the sideline, talk about it, and how we want to see it the next time so you never have the same problem twice. That's what we eliminate. Today, fellas, the emphasis is on the red zone, right? When you get a pick down here, it is for serious mad play. This changes the outcome of games because of this right here, the rush, not letting it out the pocket and Ernest can cash in. It's the same we always do. It's just a heightened awareness and a heightened emphasis. Who's doing their job at the highest level? Who can be better at this execution of the game plan? Are we ready to deal? Sir. Hey, make this practice at a higher level. Let's go to work. You like to say every single year you're starting over and you want to get these guys to earn those roles. But there's some guys that you know are going to somewhat take those roles. Right now, you know, the guy we have to talk about is Ernest, commanding the green dot this year, wanting to call the defense, make the checks, get us aligned the right way. A big part of what we do
I
is
think
communication.
he's going to have a huge
This game
season.
is played above the neck. When you got a guy that can play the game as well as he can above the neck, you're going to be cooking with gas.
Let's go, fellas. Let's do it today, man. Let's put another day back to back. Uh-oh, I like it today, fellas. It's about to be a good one.
Green dot is your best communicator. He's the guy that when I have the walkie-talkie in my hand in practice, he's the guy I'm communicating to.
Yep, I got you.
He's able to take the information right from me
Hey, let's be ready for the signals.
and make it come to life. You know, we think these play calls make things come to life, but really the players.
Hey, watch the flat. Watch the flat. Base, base, base. Screens, all the quick stuff.
He's the most essential part of the player-coach communication, the coach-to-player communication, and also the player-to-player communication that we really build our whole foundation on.
Hell no, good job, boom. There we go, boom. Hey, go inside if you get the back. Hey, let's go, communicate. Hey, watch this backside screen here. Read.
When I look at him, I see a man in the making.
Come on.
Winning the Super Bowl in his first year, having the ability to come back the following year and play with a guy like Bobby Wagner, just seeing him take the bull by the horns and take this defense and make it his own and kind of put his stamp on it, it's really been fun to watch for me.
Good job, boys. Good job, man. Okay. Hey, we off. Yeah, we off.
That's a good point. Dude
This
came
right
right in,
here,
they won the Super Bowl. So you got to keep
This
that level
run,
of urgency.
It's not going to hit for anything because Ernest is always going to show up and, like, there's nowhere to go. They run this run just so they can
There's
run
the
that play
damn
action.
chairs again.
Yeah, that's a setup play. Great
So
by
jealous.
Hoyt, great by DK. Like, Fuller's going to be in there. If they playing with pass and they playing physical, this is outstanding by
Kobe?
Yes. Look at him move right there.
I've seen tremendous strides from DK and from Kobe Durant when you're talking about the corner position. Just from you being around these guys, you had any thoughts, Double D?
Outside is a dog. Inside, I feel like he will have the little learning curve of, hey, you got to get to the big gap. It'll be a great battle to see who's going to stand up on the aisle.
I agree. I think that's great stuff.
Coach, can you talk about what it's been like to work with all the coaching fellows out here this week and why it's so important that this team has a program like that?
I think great coaches, come from all different types of levels. Just because we're fortunate enough to be coaching at this level doesn't mean some of the greatest coaches I've been around were Little League, high school, college. And it's a great opportunity to find and really be able to, get exposure to great guys. You look at KJ Black, who's on our current staff right now. It was because of this internship that we had in training camp, and he's done an excellent job. And then you get some former players out here. Everybody loves Double D. He's been he's a guy that always, his acumen, his ability to communicate, his presence and charisma. If he wants to be able to go into this thing, he'll be a great coach, and then we'll figure out what we want to do to replace Raheem when Double D wants to step in here.
There we go. I'm a buzz, but the DB's gonna get at y'all today.
Love Dante Dion.
Big Rig Heat. Come on, man. I seen that one hand the other day, too. Don't think I ain't see that. What's up? I had to personally come say it was good, baby. What up with you? It was good. So, look, you remember when I was out here and I had on that 21 and you was like, dang, you played? Look kind of small. Well, I'm coaching now. Yeah. Yeah, come on, baby. So I started my career, yeah.
I feel like I just got my rookie year undrafted into the league right now. Coming in, new, fresh mindset, and I'm ready to learn.
Yep, this one. Yep, that.
I was the top one.
Lead the way, big dog. Yep.
Every single year, you identify a few guys, you say, when this guy's done, he's going to be a heck of a coach. And we knew that about Dante Dion the minute I met him.
He could still play. I don't care what anyone says.
How passionate he is about the position. Those are all the things that made him a really good player. It's only going to help be a great coach.
Having coaches that I've talked football with before, as a player, coach to player,
Now we're getting an understanding of the game together to teach it to someone else.
Man, in my heart, it's always been there. Intentional, no swatting. Stick, yeah, stick and strike, stick. Yeah, no swatting.
As he's making his transition and he's starting to develop those roles and know what it's like, now he's going to gain those skills off the field and some of those things that you need from a computer standpoint, some of the stuff that you need from an organizational standpoint. But to put those things together, he'll work those things together seamlessly and be one of those guys that you want to be.
Make you go all the way in motion and sneaking right behind and run an angle on you, bro. That's tough. Good coverage, though.
Being a part of the Rams has just been amazing for me. It's just meant everything to be able to do that and succeed in an organization like this.
Oh, yeah, and I'll be seeing you some more, baby. I'll be seeing you some more. Appreciate
He's so
you,
likable, man. I remember when they got him, I was a big fan of his, and I loved the pickup, and he ended up having a significant role at the Rams. Became a fan favorite.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jonathan Franklin, and we're excited to be here in partnership with City Year Los Angeles and a continuation of our beautification project. And when you think about community, it's so amazing to see our entire rookie class coming together.
Speaking of which, Jonathan Franklin is another guy I liked. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was drafted by the Packers. He suffered an injury, was unable to play for, he had to end his career early. But it's really cool the way he's pivoted to this role and, still is around the game a little bit. And, he was a stud. I believe he played at UCLA. So a lot of you guys that are UCLA fans out there probably remember Jonathan Franklin. But, yeah, I remember that. Remember the injury too. Not good, but no, I'm happy for him. Every time I see him, because I'll see him pop up on Twitter or something, I feel good because he seemed like a genuine guy that, had his football career taken away from him and is just made the most out of it. And those are the type of guys that you have to just have respect for.
Together to paint murals. And these murals are in recognition and celebration of Juneteenth, to inspire, to educate, and motivate the students that will be here on campus. So thank you all so much for being here and excited to really inspire change as a unit today.
Go rounds, go rounds. Anytime something professional comes through the hallways or we hear about it, it gives you a feel of whatever your dream is, it can be accomplished. It sets a standard. I ain't gonna lie, growing up, I wanted to do art and all that type of stuff. But I never did really have the time for it because of football and stuff, but I wanted to be good at it. Art is a way of relief. You focus so much on the lines and everything like that, and it takes you away from what's going on, and it makes you live in the present.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I couldn't do anything that they're doing right now. Painting inside the lines, no.
Texas,
I have no creative ability in me.
Done something in life, come through those hallways, I feel like it has an impact on us, and my dreams of myself started out at a very young age, It was way before high school, just, a 5-year-old finally understanding the game of football and what it takes to be great in it. For me right now, my biggest influence, I could honestly say Aaron Donald. Just seeing how he attacks, his job, the after hours put in and stuff like that, man, it has honestly had an impact on me already,
That's a rookie saying that. That's a rookie. And this came out end of June. So, I mean, let's be real here. That says a lot. He has not been around Aaron Donald for that long. We're talking maybe a month. And he already is thinking that. That's powerful.
And I've only been around for 4 weeks.
Well,
to have those type of guys around, who God has, put in place and allowed me to succeed, just like today, how, we come through this high school and we are looked at as somebody, it's always good to have that.
Hey, slant drill now. I want you to take this drill to the field when you get a slant today, okay? All right, if it don't work, say, Coach Yard, that don't work. But all right, I want you to try it. Don't be afraid to try it. One of the biggest impacts on me was Coach Dennis Erickson. He said, Yarbs, I can teach you football, but I can't teach you how to be loyal and how to be a good person. And he said, the X's and O's gonna come, but if you can be loyal and a good person, you're gonna go far in this profession. And
That's what I tried to be, loyal, enthusiastic, and being a good person.
He's awesome.
Baby, you got one, baby. You deserve it. What you say, Turbo 2-2? Here we go.
Turbo 2-2.
You fast, you physical, you violent. Oh, yeah. So I knew you was going to figure a way. You feel me? Yeah. Come on, y'all give me the full time.
The good Lord woke me up. I get to work with Cooper Kupp. I get to work with Tutu. I get to work with Van. I don't have to work with him. I get to work with him.
You are a bad man. Let's go.
That's what excites me and motivates me. Game of football has been real good to me. People like Coach McVay that you get to see every day. You can choose to make it a bad day, or you choose to make it a good day. And every day I choose to make it a good day. If it wouldn't have went so long today, I was gonna show some clips of you, man, and the way you practice, man. You practice the way you're supposed to practice. That's all you can do, right? Control what you can control. And that's your effort, your attitude, and making finished plays, bro. Opportunity to get better, huh? Here we go. Take your eyes to the football. Take your eyes to the football. Catch it with your eyes. Strong hands. Anybody can catch the ball with no distraction.
He's their confidant. He engages with his players at a deeper level than just football.
Nice job, Pook. Nice, Van. Ooh, nice job right there, young.
He engages with the people, the person. He's able to get those guys to believe in him.
On those slants right there, they got to buy what you're selling. What you selling? You're selling the go, right? You're selling the go. He don't want to be put on Sports Center.
And he pushes those guys.
Hey, don't be afraid to fail. Use it. Use it. All right? That's why we drill it.
Their failures are his failures. Their successes are their successes.
Be a nerd. See it all the way.
And that's how he coaches those guys.
Nothing cool about catching the football. Great route runners have great patience. Here we go, Van. Play fast, sweet feet. Play fast, sweet feet.
When I had the ability to be the head coach in Tampa and watch him work with that young group that we had, it was probably one of the more impressive things that I've seen. To see his guys feel disappointed when they let him down was something that I definitely was envious of and wanted to have. And I wanted to grow that to a different level after seeing him coach with those guys and be with those guys.
You've earned reps, so you got to be ready, all right? And what we talked about before, man, hey, you may not get a lot of reps, all right, because you're a rookie. You make the most of every rep that you get. Yes, sir. Full speed, playing hard, playing for your teammates, man. Put it on tape, not just for us, for the whole league. Hey,
that's a good point.
Nice job. Nice job. That's where to get an edge, youngin. That's where to get an edge. Rose, that's nice. Look like white lightning out there. This relationship is just not a 4, 5, 7 year relationship. It's a 20 or 40 year relationship. And if guys know that you care about them, they don't care if you coach them hard. You want to hold that angle and not take it in. Keep it thin. Keep it thin to win.
To reset yourself, good or bad. Man, I love this group. You guys are a hell of a group to work with, but let's just make sure we keep doing the little things the right way. Matthew Stafford, get one.
This is my favorite day of the off-season. At work outside, it feels like it's real now.
We're getting close to football season, man.
You know, they always say when the grass is green, the sky is blue. You got a lot of work to do.
Oh.
And this schedule kind of puts a little bit more work forward for you to go get to.
Every year you find the good in the schedule and the bad in the schedule. And what you think is a weakness becomes a strength. What you think is a strength becomes something terrible. Like, I always laugh at people right now, they're like, oh, strength of schedule is like, you have no idea what these teams are going to be like this year.
Thank you. Thank you, Demoff, for saying that. I can't tell you how many times I hear, well, they got to really, we don't know. We don't know. Like, I think this team wins 10, 11 games. We do not know what they're going to see this year. We're going in assuming the 49ers will be the 49ers. We're going in assuming that Geno Smith is going to have the year he just had. And those are 4 games right there. We're going in assuming, okay, the Eagles are going to be the team that we saw in the Super Bowl and so forth, right? The Bengals, I think they're the best team in the AFC, maybe the NFL. And I have them winning the Super Bowl, going into the year. But I mean, things change. If Joe Burrow, God forbid, if Joe Burrow were to go down week 1, that primetime game against the Bengals, the Rams are the favorite. I don't care what anyone says. When you have a league, you like, the thing about the NBA is that there's not one player that goes down, like a position that goes down where you're done. In baseball, there's not one position that goes down and you're done. Okay? Hockey, not even one position, because you could argue goalie and I would disagree. There's only the NFL. And that's the sad case of sports in general, is that while injuries are tough, there's nothing tougher than suffering a quarterback injury in the NFL. Nothing. And so the idea that you really just have to hope that you stay healthy, your whole team stays healthy, and obviously that's not realistic, but you have to hope that really your quarterback is going to stay healthy and how much that can impact you, as we saw last year and so forth. It really goes to show you just don't know. And so I like that Demoff said that, because there are other factors that go into it. Guys regress, guys get better, teams get better that weren't supposed to be good, teams get worse that were supposed to be better, like coaching. You don't know how good coaches are going to be. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it in other sports. I mean, everyone thought Mickey Callaway with the Mets was going to be great, and he didn't work out. And, we saw with Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly comes to the NFL, and he doesn't quite end up being as great as everyone thought. So you never know. And that's that. It's important to remember that. They got to play. When you look at it week by week by week, you break it into that. That's how you're supposed to do it. Obviously, we got to make content here, and obviously got to talk about things because it's a dead period of the NFL offseason. But the idea that we know everything and that the strength of schedule set in stone is just not true.
Whatever you think you know about the schedule right now, like, you don't. Oh, there he is. Hey, Mike. We're ready to roll whenever you are.
Regular season begins. You're on the road at the Seattle Seahawks. Home openers against the San Francisco 49ers. In week 3, you've got your first primetime game on the road at the Cincinnati Bengals. On the road at the Dallas Cowboys. Thanksgiving weekend at Arizona. Week 16 is your Thursday games. You're at home against the New Orleans Saints. New Year's Eve in New York.
Then at the 49ers.
And we finish week 18 at the 49ers.
Thank you very much.
This gathering represents the
You should have said
start of a
at
new
the
chapter.
49ers. That's some straight BS.
Involved in your team where you get a chance to be physical.
Here we go, man.
It did
Let's
feel
have a
like
bounce in our
some
step. Let's go.
straight BS, but
And stay on my training so that I can come into training camp as the best player that I can be, and so that I can cement my role on this team.
You don't really know what you have until you work with these guys. It's up to a coach to put them in the best position to have success.
I just came in with a chip on my shoulder. He wouldn't regret giving me this opportunity.
all right. So that was our reaction video. My takeaways, I thought it was once again fun to watch, really well done by the video staff with the LA Rams. I think those guys do an incredible job, and I don't think they get enough credit because this is a true cinematic, Hard Knocks-esque look, at the Rams and, behind everything that's going on in the background that we're not seeing during this dead period of time. So, love it. My only request would be I wish we could have this all season long in some capacity. I don't know if they ever look into that, but down the road, it would be really freaking cool. Love that it showed Sean McVay, and the coach's cradle. Love that moment. Loved getting to see Double D, Dante Dion, just, you know, his charisma just coming right through the screen at me. And the same could be said for Eric Yarbers. You know, I just think he's fantastic. And you can see why, like, it's hard to count these guys out because they look at this coaching staff, look at the players. I mean, you say what you will, everyone's motivated. It's the NFL. These are professionals, but this doesn't, like, I do agree to an extent. I know it sounds a little bit like, okay, of course, but I do agree to an extent, like with, you know, JB and DeMarco, that, I mean, this team doesn't look like a team that, you know, okay, yeah, low expectations. Like, no, it doesn't look like that. So I don't know. I've been pushing back from it the whole year. And trust me, when we're talking, or whole off season anyway, when we were talking about last year, that season stung. Okay, that hit me a lot. I never questioned if I wanted to continue, you know, creating Rams content or anything, but just it got to me. It was really upsetting, and to go live after every almost win turned into a loss, that was a lot. That was a lot to take on. A lot for you guys, obviously. So I don't just say this lightly. I really believe that they are going to have a bounce back season. This isn't just, oh, I want to create, you know, happy-go-lucky content. That's not the case. So anyway, that is going to do it. For more content, be sure to subscribe. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the thumbs up on this video. It's going to tell YouTube and signal to YouTube that you liked it, and you will get more of my videos recommended in your recommended section. If you don't hit thumbs up when you do like a video, unfortunately, I will not show up in your recommended section. That's just the way it goes. So if I wasn't showing up before in your recommended section on YouTube and you're wondering why, that is why. So be sure to hit that thumbs up. Really does help me out. Hit the bell icon. You'll never miss another video. Also, just so you know, you don't have to, obviously, but I am over on Kick. The link is in the description as well as the pinned comment section. We also have a Discord channel. So be sure to check those things out. I stream every day on Kick, you know, gaming and whatnot. So if you're interested in extra Jake content, you'll find it there. But again, thank you guys so much, and tune in next time. We'll be doing Behind the Grind episode 4 reaction. So thank you guys, and you guys take care. Later, folks.